We are back, and today is Juneteenth, which is something that I'm 47 years old, was never taught in history class when I was a kid or through high school. I mean, they touched on the fact that slavery was abolished, but they never really talked about it itself and Juneteenth. For all the people out there that still seem to get crazy about woke Hollywood, you have to hand it to Hollywood in some respects, going all the way back to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier, kind of breaking down barriers with the interracial couple. You have to hand it to people like Tyler Perry, Spike Lee, and now the new generation, Ryan Coogler, and all these people that are still to this day having to fight to get their films made, and then they finally have to make it themselves. You know, they never taught me about the Green Book when I was in school. Never heard of it till I saw the movie. Was shocked that that even existed. I didn't even know that there were black women at NASA that helped do the calculations, you know, to get astronauts in orbit. I mean, that was never discussed. We always heard about the Apollo missions and always, you know, showed Neil Armstrong and all those people. And so, you know, I feel like, you know, Hollywood in general has its place in pushing boundaries and cultures. And, you know, on this particular day, I just find it interesting that I'm still learning about things that I weren't aware of or wasn't taught in school. We need to start doing better in schools to teach all sorts of these things, especially with black culture. You know, Black History Month is February. 4 weeks out of 52 weeks in a year. So 11 months of the year you get white history, and you get 4 weeks of black history. There are things that African Americans, black people, have contributed to inventions, you know, contributing to patents that helped make the elevator. The list could go on and on and on. So instead of just trying to cram everything into 4 weeks, shouldn't it be taught throughout the year mixed in with everything else? Seems logical to me. It almost seems like Black History Month is segregated in some respect. It was needed at one point to say, hey, there have been contributions, whether it's filmmaking, or whether it's social justice and so forth, and you know. But I feel like we're at a point where now these events, and when these things occurred in history, so if there was a significant African American that contributed something that happened in June or July, it should be celebrated then or taught in schools then, not crammed into 4 weeks. At least that's my take on it. But I have to hand it to Hollywood for trying to push boundaries decade after decade after decade, whether it be political, whether it be social justice. You know, we kind of need the woke Hollywood.